Buenos dias, good morning, folks. This is Julio with his daily chat. So as daily as I can make them these days. Today, Palm Sunday, which normally will have many of the Catholic and other religious churches occupied and full to capacity today. They're all empty. I look through my house and sometimes I see people walking to church on Sundays, getting all dressed. And today, of course, nothing. Everybody's home. Everybody's basically, isolated like I am. We have to do this, folks. And I'm glad that it's happening, at least within my circles, everybody that I've called, my friends, and I'm reaching out to you, all those that I don't get to talk to every day. I try to talk to as many people as possible, especially our volunteers and my closest friends, and see how they're doing. But I'm reaching out to all of you, those that I can't talk to every day, man. And you do follow me, please, man, stay home. This is a very serious situation. If you live in New York, we're expecting this to be the worst period now. If you don't live in New York and you live in its close proximities, please understand that this is like a fire that's spreading. So you might not have it. I know some people upstate New York that up in Haverstraw a couple of weeks ago, they were saying everything is fine. Spoke to some friends of them who knew people who told me now that they were all panicking because a number of people up there that have gotten it. So this is spreading. So my advice to people, please, man, stay home. And when you're staying home, I know that, you know that old saying, cabin fever? Well, I never knew what it was because I never had a cabin and I never had a reason to stay home, more than 2 or 3 days whenever I got sick when I was young or whenever I was able to, not go to work because I was sick. But this is ridiculous. I've been home now for close to 3 weeks. Maybe gone out maybe for about less than an hour to pick something up. And now my wife has gotten on my case, so Blanca don't let me leave the house. She's worse than a freaking warden, man. Stalag 13. So I really feel like I'm a prisoner. She doesn't let me leave anything. I am high-risk patient because of my asthma and my chest. So she's worried, and I'm worried for her too because she's also had a collapsed lung when she was younger. So we're both kind of, making sure that we stay home now for sure and not going out for anything. So please, folks, we're telling you the same thing. Don't go out and do some of the things that, that I feel that people are getting now irritable with each other. You're staying home with a lot of people. Yourself is only you and your spouse or you and your kids, and they're getting on your case, and you never had that experience before. Welcome to the club. I know how you feel. And if you don't have a yard like I do, where I can actually come out, I only came out today because it's a little bit warmer because I've been fighting something. I'm not coming out. But it's like 50 something degrees. So today I came out, and you can see I'm, sitting underneath my favorite tree, and looking at the birds over there that are doing their thing, by my, whatchamacallit, you see them? They're all over the place. I basically, you don't have to have a yard to come out. Yesterday we ate, and I felt like I had to go for a walk. Blanca and I like to go for walks, and whenever we eat like that. So what we did was we walked in the apartment, in the house, and we walked back and forth. We walked from one extreme to the other extreme. We walked around the dining room table. We walked to the plant room. We walked back. And it made me laugh because I remember when my father was with me, my father who passed away at the age of about 95, super healthy, un jíbaro medicine man, que knew how to take care of himself. And I'm glad that I got a lot of experience from him, because the teas that I'm making today, like jengibre, lemon, cloves, cáscara de china, the peel of the orange, all of that mixed together, and then drinking it down with honey has helped me a lot, much more than any medication any doctors would have given me. So that's a remedy you can all use. But I remember other things from my father. My father, when he was there with me at the apartment I had at 888 Grand Concourse, winter, and we couldn't let him go back to Puerto Rico because he wasn't doing well, and I knew he wasn't going to take care of himself. But he was in the apartment, and he hated being there because he's a guy, un jíbaro, likes to be out in the woods in el campo. And I would just freak out because my father would walk from one side of the apartment to the other side of the apartment, and my son Julio at the time, very young, would say, why is Grandpa walking so much in the apartment? And I said, that's how he's doing his exercise. And now we were doing the same thing. I said, el viejo estaba bien adelantado, man. He knew what he was doing. Because he would walk about a mile or two in my apartment, just walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm telling all you guys the same thing, man. You know, you can do a lot of things in your house. You know, you don't have to go outside. You don't have to have a yard. You don't have to have a balcony. If you don't have any of that, it's okay. But just make things work in your house. You know, you can just do sit-ups. You can just, do a little bit calisthenics, jumping jacks. You can walk in place. You can walk from one side of the apartment to the other and just visualize that you're outside walking in your favorite spot. Play dominoes like Blanca and I did yesterday, man. We actually entertain ourselves. I haven't played dominoes with Blanca in my house ever. We've been together for years. Never played dominoes by herself, me and her. We did it yesterday. We had fun. So there's a lot of things you guys can do, man, because I need you and you need me to all be healthy. We all got to stay healthy. If we're doing this campaign, if we're going to make the change in this world, if we want to continue to be here for our grandchildren, for our children and our great-grandchildren, we got to stay safe. So folks, please stay home, cover yourselves, and please make sure that you take this serious. This is Julio, because I want you all to be around, because when we start this revolution back out into the streets, we want you all there, because this revolution will be televised.